Greetings, fellow yogis. Welcome to your 60-minute Vinyasa flow. I'm Spencer. This is Amelia. If you have a block or a strap around the house, feel free to go for it. A pillow, a blanket. You may or may not need those during class, but they're always good to have close by. So we will begin in the seated position today. Easy seated posture. If anybody has half lotus or full lotus in their practice, feel free to go there. It is early in the practice, so you might not be ready for that. But we'll begin here. Palms can be down. Palms facing up to receive. Palms facing down to ground. Sometimes I like to see people putting their two peace sign fingers on the floor, just to ground with the earth. And we will move into our breathing patterns. We'll start with mindful meditative breath. We'll turn a little bit of singing bowls on here. And just begin to come to your yoga head. For me, a yoga head is typically when I walk into a yoga studio. This is our makeshift yoga studio for now. Once I get into my yoga studio is when I begin to let go. And the breath assists me in beginning to let go. In my mindful meditative breath, I begin to let that internal dialogue pass through my mind and not let it get stuck, or not let myself get stuck on that internal dialogue. So perhaps your intention for our practice today in the next 60 minutes is to stick with the breath. Allow all of those other thoughts to pass through. You can acknowledge them, you can accept them, but then you have to release and let go of them. The sound of your breath is quiet and soft. The texture of your breath is smooth and easy. Feeling the air pass over the back of the throat. Maybe even trying to focus on one particular breath as it transitions from the outside air to the inside breath. And then that same breath as it passes from the inside breath to the outside air. Once again, proving to all of us that it is all one and the same. We are all one and the same. Final mindful meditative breath. Now we'll begin to build some heat and move into our Ujjayi breath. So now the sound of the breath is audible. It might only be audible to yourself inside, or it may be audible to those around you, if there's anybody around you. And the texture of your breath is coarse and rough. A snoring sound. Building heat. Coming back to this breath during your practice when you need that extra fire in your belly, that extra heat that you can develop. Lungs expanding, diaphragm dropping on your inhale. Diaphragm lifting, lungs collapsing on your exhale. Take 3 final Ujjayi breaths, making each breath deeper than the past one. Final Ujjayi breath. And that will deepen our breath one final time and move into a cleansing breath. This time, inhale deeply. Pause at the top of your breath for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Mouth opens wide. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Steaming a small compact mirror in front of your mouth. Inhale. Lungs expanding, chest opening, ribs opening. Pause. Exhale, body closing, body emptying. Take 2 final cleansing breaths, making each breath deeper than the last. Final breath, deep breath in. Pause at the top of that breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. As a full yoga community, exhale. Even if you're alone, you are with a full yoga community. We are all one. We are all together. Eyes blink open. We'll begin to move into our spinal warming series. So from a seated position, let's bring the left palm down to the outside of the left hip. Right arm comes up tall. Press down into the left hand. Lift up tall on your inhale. And then on your exhale, take a side bend. The right side is opening here. The right fingertips are extending away. Maybe coming down onto that left forearm if you have that in your practice. If not, that's fine. If you have a block, you can come down onto the block or a book or a plastic container or a pillow. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale brings you back tall. Switch out the hands. Right hand comes to the floor. Left arm comes up tall. Move your hand in a little bit closer. Press down into that right palm. When you press down, that allows your spine to distract and open. And then on your exhale, as you take your side bend, your spine is already distracted. It gives you that much more room to extend. Now her left side body is opening. The muscles between the ribs, the intercostal muscles, are lengthening, extending. Think how important that might be in your breathing, because the more your ribs open, the larger your lungs can expand. So having good range of motion in the ribs is critical. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Right arm can come to the floor, forearm. As long as that left hip stays on the mat, inhale comes back to center. We've done side flexion. We'll now do forward flexion. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Suck the belly button into the spine. And then on your exhale, forward fold. Bring your palms to the floor. Bring your chest to your shins. Extend your fingertips out long. And take your forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Move your fingertips out another 1/8 of an inch. Feel the shoulder joints opening. Feel the spinal muscle stretching from the base of your sacrum all the way up, surrounding your spine, the paraspinal muscles, as they tie into the back of the skull. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale brings you back up tall. We'll take the hands behind the back, make a fist. Thumb knuckles at the base of the coccyx. Shoulder blades retracted. Bring your shoulders together. Inhale, chin comes up. Exhale, leading with your chin. Bring yourself forward. Roll the shoulders together. I have a pencil between your shoulder blades. And you're pinching that pencil in so it doesn't fall out.
Keep your head up.
You can bring your head down. There you go. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen, maybe lifting those arms off of the back. Bringing the shoulder blades together for 3. Breathe for 2 and release. Let's take spinal rotation. Back of the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left palm comes behind the back. I'm going to show you what this looks like here. So we want to get that palm as close to the spine as possible. If it's out here, you're not going to be standing up tall. So bring this heel of the wrist as close to the spine as possible. Inhale, press down into that left wrist. Press your right hand into your right knee. And on your exhale, use that leverage of both your left hand and your right hand to take your twist. And gazing over the left shoulder. Now you can see how well her shoulders are now stacked on one another. So come here. As opposed to this, one day, and you might not be there, one day those shoulders are perfectly perpendicular to the base of the body. Inhale, press down into the left palm. Exhale, twist. Inhale, press down, lift up tall. String in the top of the skull, taking her to the ceiling. Exhale, twist. And release. We'll switch out the legs here, just for evenness and balance. Now the back of the left hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Right palm to the base of the spine. Again, bringing the crease of that wrist as close to the spine as possible. If you can't get it right there, that's fine. Press down into the right hand. Press into the knee with the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, begin to take your twist. You're engaging your abdominal oblique muscles here. That right shoulder is coming behind you as the left shoulder and left rib cage are coming forward. Inhale, press down, lift up, tall, grow. Exhale, twist. Now her shoulders are directly over her hips also. So if you're leaning back or leaning forward, try to center yourself. Final time. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And release. Find your way in tabletop. Knees under the hips, elbows under the shoulders, wrists under the elbows. Couple sets of cow-cat here. Inhale for cow. Hips drop down, chin lifts up. Exhale for cat. Visualize if you have a cat that you've been stuck at home with for a while now. Inhale for cow.
The cat's all ticked off too.
Yeah, everybody's animals are angry right now.
Get out of my house.
What's everybody doing home all day? I've had enough of you people. Feed me and leave me alone. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale for cat. Feed me and leave me alone. Inhale, final time. Exhale. And come back to neutral. We'll set ourselves up for a tiger series here. So we're going to step the right leg back, bring the ball of the right foot to the mat, and then kick that right heel away from you. Your shoulders are still over your wrists. Your hips are squared. And you're pressing into the ball of the right foot and pressing that right heel away from you. Engaging the calf muscles, both sides. Okay? Both calf muscles. There's 2 major calf muscles. And now right leg lifts, toes remain flexed, left arm extends, biceps of the left arm right next to the ear if you can. Extending the left fingertips forward, touching one wall and touching the back wall with her right heel. Now you can stay here or you can go to the next layer. The next layer would be to sweep this right leg out to the side, sweep the left arm out to the side, maybe take your drishti point up a little bit now, your focus point, and find your balance. One day that right leg becomes parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Next layer, should you choose, bend the right knee. Reach around with the left hand. Grab the left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, kick into the hand. Now your drishti point goes up. You're turning this into a back bend. So by lifting that chin up, gazing at the junction of the wall and the ceiling, you're turning this into a back bend. The harder you kick into your hand, the higher that right thigh goes. And release. One set of cow-cat to reestablish the spine, and then we'll move to the other side. So all of these postures have layers. You don't have to go in every layer. You go where you are comfortable. The different layers come with years of experience in doing this over and over again. Left leg kicks back. Ball of the left foot comes to the back wall. The heel of the left foot presses back. Again, engaging the two major muscles in the calf here. They both tie into the Achilles tendon, which you've all heard of. And doing this, you're stretching, you're lengthening. You're enhancing the flexibility of that Achilles tendon. If you're comfortable here and you'd like to move to the next layer, left leg comes up, right arm goes out long. Right biceps to the right ear. Toes can be flexed. If you want to extend, you can do that as well. So this is active here. Touch the wall in front of you with your right arm and touch the wall behind you with your left heel.
Hopefully you're not actually touching the wall
Right.
like I am.
Now, if you're comfortable here, you can move to the next layer. Left leg sweeps out wide, right arm sweeps out wide. Engaging that core. The core is what will keep you balanced here. So when I say the core, you're engaging the bathroom muscles. Bend the left knee, should you choose. Reach around with the right leg, arm, and take your back bend. So you're engaging your core muscles, the bottom part of your core muscles, the mula bandha, the root lock. That feels like you're engaging your bathroom muscles. The top, the uddiyana bandha, the abdominal lock, and release. One set of cow-cat. And we'll move back into down dog. Just going to do 3 parts of the vinyasa. We're going to take a little vinyasa ladder here, getting us ready for our sun salutations. So, you're in down dog to start. You can pedal your feet. You can swivel your hips. Nice flat back here. Feel the shoulder joints opening, hips coming up to the ceiling. You can bend your knees as much as you choose to, at least at the beginning here. Maybe bringing your chest towards your thighs and then settling in. Pressing the heels towards the floor. It's early in practice. First down dog, you might not get your heels to the floor. You might not ever get your heels to the floor. That's okay. We're going to take a 3-part vinyasa ladder. So follow my cues. From down dog, inhale forward to high push-up. Hold here. Exhale, down dog. Inhale forward to high push-up. Now you can drop your knees should you choose, or you can begin to make your way down into Chaturanga Dandasana. Lowering down in the low plank, elbows in tight, hold here. Press back to high plank. Exhale, press back to down dog. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
And we'll take our 3rd part of our vinyasa ladder. This is our traditional vinyasa. You can always sit these out during the practice, or you can always come down onto your knees. There's no shame in doing that. Inhale, forward, high push-up. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, flattens the feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Bend the knees ever so slightly, peek to the top of the mat. Either step or hop to the top of the mat. And find your way in Uttanasana, forward fold. A couple different options here. Ragdoll is always a wonderful option. Grabbing the elbows. If you have a little bit more flexibility and you'd like to go for the heels, feel free to do so. Bend the knees as much as you would like. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose, settle in, rest pose, grounding into the earth with your roots, your feet. We'll move into our sun salutations. We'll take one sun A and one sun B. Each will have a lunge in the middle. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. I'm going to stop here for a minute. Take a look up. See her nice flat back as opposed to a rounded back. To get that flat back, the chin comes up. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold and step the right foot back. You're in a runner's lunge. Nice straight line from the back of the right heel to the crown of the head. Left foot steps back, down dog. We'll take our vinyasa. Remember, you can come down to your knees should you choose. Inhale, forward high push-up. Exhale, lower, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts tall. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. If it doesn't get there on its own, grab the ankle and bring it under the knee. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arm sweep up, tall mountain. We'll bring the palms together and set up for our first back bend. So biceps back towards the ears. Heels of the wrists come together, palms come together. Press down into the feet, grow tall, touch the ceiling with your fingers, press your hips forward, drop your head back, and find your way into your first back bend. Be compassionate. You don't have to touch the wall behind you. It's your first back bend. Tighten the glute muscles, tighten the low back muscles. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold, left foot steps back, you're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. Vinyasa time, again, options to come to your knees. Forward in the high push-up. Exhale, elbows in tight. Feel your elbows graze against your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arm sweep up, tall mountain. Back bend number 2, you've been here once. Palms together. Press down, lift up, press forward, drop back. I'm going to give her a little assist here. Follow the breath. If you're finding discomfort here, use your breath to come back to that comfort. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. One breath, one motion. That's your vinyasa flow. One breath, one motion. Sync it up. Sun salutation B, we'll add chair pose here. Utkatasana. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, as we fold, we sweep our little fingers onto the floor and make our way into chair pose. Your arms can be out long or they can be up tall. Majority of the weight on the back half of the foot, so even if the toes come up, you might feel like you're falling back, that's fine. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back, you're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot back, down dog. Hold here. If you would like to try a 3-legged vinyasa, this would be a good time to go there. No requirement. 3-legged vinyasa yogis, right leg lifts. Inhale, forward in the high push-up. Exhale, lower, slower than you would like. Inhale, right foot drops, upward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arm sweep up, tall mountain. We set up for back bend number 3 in this sequence. Final back bend in this sequence. Now, if you want to go for it, go for it. Press down, lift up, press forward, drop back for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, forward fold. Good job. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold, left foot steps back, you're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. 3-legged vinyasa yogis, left leg comes up. Inhale, forward in the high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We sweep our fingers onto the floor and make our way back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, sink. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, we'll take the right elbow over the left knee and take our twisting chair. Notice how square her hips are. Take a look at your knees. Has one knee moved in front of the other? If so, bring them back together. Her left elbow is pointing towards the ceiling. Her right shoulder is coming underneath. Left shoulder, left rib cage coming behind. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Inhale, Utkatasana. She's still in upward facing dog back here. Exhale, sink. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, left elbow over the right knee, taking our twisting chair. Again, notice how square the hips are here. Right elbow pointing towards the ceiling. One day, the hands at heart center actually come to heart center. That is accomplished when you're able to press that knee across the body ever so, even further than it might be. For 3, for 2, for 1, hands come back to heart center, and we stand up tall. Arms come up, hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose, 5 cleansing breaths. Good time for a drink. If you have a towel and you need to wipe off some yoga juice, feel free to go there. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Because we got a lot more yoga to go.
You're not running out of yogi yet.
We're not running out of yoga yet. All right, we're going to move into a cheetah series here. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands and either step or hop back to a high push-up and make your way into down dog. So we're going to move into a 3-part cheetah series here. Follow my cues. There are different layers again. You can go into different layers as you see fit for yourself. We'll see where Amelia decides to go. Right leg lifts.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Bend the right knee and begin to bring that right knee towards the chin. You're doming your spine and you're rolling your shoulders so your shoulders are actually over your wrists. There you go. Dome spine, press down. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Inhale, right knee bends. We're going to take the right knee to the left elbow. So she's twisting underneath here. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, right knee bends, comes to the right elbow or the right triceps. Now, you can stay here, or you can go into chaturanga arms, or Amelia has Vinyasa. As you can see, she's down in an arm balance, legs are kicked out. You have a kickback?
No.
No? Okay.
Maybe. No.
And make your way back to down dog, pedal it out, pedal it out. So you see the different layers on that right side in particular there. So after we do the twist, when we come to the same side knee to the same side elbow, you can come down into chaturanga arms. And then if you have it in your practice to go into a full arm balance, you can begin to kick that left leg out and maybe the right leg out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Exhale, knee comes to the chin. Notice again the shoulders are rolled over the wrists here. Spine dome to the ceiling. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee bends. Take that twist underneath. Left knee to the right elbow. You get a really good view here. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Breathe. Find the breath. This is when you're using that Ujjayi breath. That's why we did this at the beginning of the practice. Use your Ujjayi breath. Knee bends. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. You can stay here should you choose. Or you can come down to a Chaturanga arms. Or you can begin to open the legs up. And release. Take a child's pose. You earned it. Knees out wide, hips come back, shoulders out long. Cleansing breath. Yes, it's hard. It can be as hard or as easy as you make it. Remember, that's why you're using your breath here. Using your breath allows you to find comfort in those uncomfortable situations. Not only in this room, not only in the room that you're in, but when we ultimately get out there again, this will help with that also. Press yourself back to down dog. Bend the knees. Take a peek to the top of the mat. Hop or step to the top of the mat. Find your way in forward fold. Let's take the feet out about 6 inches. We're going to take our peace sign fingers. For those youngsters out there that might not know what peace sign fingers are, these are them. You're going to grab between your big toe and your second toe. So your peace sign fingers are pointing up, and then your thumb is on the top of your big toe. Inhale. Exhale. Take your fold. You can bend your knees here should you need to, and that's okay. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Begin to flare the elbows out to the side. Bring the chest to the thigh. Shoot the hips up towards the ceiling. Maybe contracting your quadriceps. That can sometimes help to straighten your legs. But if you have really tight hamstrings, you might not ever get straight legs. I have a really hard time. I've had a lot of hamstring injuries over the years. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up, tall mountain. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breaths. From the top of your mat, step your right foot back to the back right corner. We're going to go in the wide-legged forward fold. Turn the left toes in, and we're going to move into a wide-legged series. So, where do we keep our feet? You always hear teachers tell you to keep your feet in different ways. So, here's my thought process. In a perfect world, if you don't have any back problems, any sciatic problems, maybe pigeon toe your feet in ever so slightly. Maybe pressing out on the outer edge of your foot. Maybe even lifting the arch. If you have sciatic or back pain, maybe keep your feet parallel or ever so slightly opened. That will release some of the pressure on the piriformis muscle, which is a muscle that sits atop the sciatic nerve and sometimes can activate that. So we're going to go into a few different postures, a few different asanas from our wide-legged forward fold. Let's begin with our hands on our hips, just like Amelia has. Inhale, grow tall. Press the shoulder blades together, and then leading with your chin, begin to make your way down to 90 degrees. Stop when your chest is parallel to the floor. Back is flat. Hips are over the ankles, so try not to lean forward, try not to lean back. If you're comfortable here and want to go to the next layer, the arms would come out into a T. Pressing the shoulder blades together. You have a pencil between the shoulder blades, and you're pinching that pencil. Inhale. Exhale, begin to bring the hands to the floor. You can bring the hands directly under. If you're comfortable here, and you would like to go for yoga toe lock, feel free to go there. Or if you would like to go to the outside of the foot or to the heel, feel free to go there. There is no requirement. Or you can just leave your hands on the floor. If you can't get down there either, okay, use a block. Put a block underneath. Bring the floor closer to your body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings you up tall. Flat back. Now we'll move into a shoulder rinse. And we did a shoulder rinse at the beginning, seated, in our beginning warm-up. Now we're going to do one wide-legged. So, palms come behind the back. Bring the hands together. Thumb knuckles at the base of the spine towards the coccyx. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale with flat back. Begin to make your way down halfway. Rolling the shoulders back. This is a shoulder opener. So, in this one posture, hip opener, adductor stretcher, shoulder opener. She has her neck up, throat opener, core strengthener. Now, if you'd like to, from here, you can begin to lift the hands off of the back ever so slightly. And then maybe roll forward. One day, I've never seen this, but one day, these pinkies touching the floor above your head. Ha ha ha.
That's funny.
It's funny to me also. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Hands come back to hips, I'm sorry. Hold here. Now, the palms come to the floor. Let's take the right hand to the outside of the left and shoot that left arm up tall. So the right hand is grabbing the outside of the right left shin, left arm up tall, and release. Left hand to the outside of the right shin, right arm sweeps up tall. Nice twist, arm straight up, touching the ceiling. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Right palm comes down, grabbing the outside of that left shin. Left arm comes up long. Breathe through it. Can you find comfort in this posture? Exhale. Other side, left palm to the outside of the right shin. Can you do less, but accomplish more? Use your breath. Settle into the posture. And release. Both palms come to the floor. Hands come to hips. Flat back. Stand up tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. Let's step that foot out again, wide-legged. But this time we're going to move into goddess pose. So now the toes open wide. So we talked before about the toes being pigeon-toed or neutral. Here we're going to open our knees up wide. Our knees are tracking over our feet, over the toes. Our back is flat. So here's one thing I see a lot in goddess pose. Leaning forward. Try to stay in upward facing dog back. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale, you can bring your arms up should you choose into full goddess. Cactus arms. Upper arms parallel to the floor. Elbows bent at 90. Wrists rotated back. If you're comfortable here and you want to lift that right heel, press down into the right toes. Exhale, right heel drops. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, left heel drops. Inhale, both heels lift up tall. There you go. Press down into the toes. Lift up. Sit down for 3, 2, 1. Heels come down. Hands come to heart center. Toes come into the center again. We got one more sequence here from wide-legged. Breathe. We're going to move into skater or skandasana. So I'll do skater. Amelia will do skandasana because she's more warmed up. We'll begin with our right leg as our bent leg. So hands come to heart center. I'm going to bend into that right knee. My back is still flat. I'm pressing away with the left leg. I'm pressing into the outer edge for skater pose. Now, if you are comfortable in skater, you can begin to make your way down into Skandasana. Notice Amelia's right foot is flat on the mat. That takes time to get there. If your foot is up, your heel is up, that's okay. And her left heel is pressing into the floor with her left toes facing up. If you're comfortable here and you have a bind in your Skandasana, you can begin to bind. Again, layers, 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 layers. You stop at your layer. Final breath. Hands come back to heart center. Make your way to standing. And we'll move to the opposite side. So now my left leg is my bent leg. Hands begin at heart center. Inhale. Exhale, left knee bends, pressing away with that right foot. Back is flat. Feeling the opening in that right adductor muscle, and also that left hip is opening. Roll that left knee back. And then if you like Skandasana, and then if you have a bind in your Skandasana, again, layers, layers, layers. You go where you can. And she's down. You're down, you get back in. Final breath. Make your way to standing. Press your hands down on the floor if you need to. Bring your feet together. Find yourself at the top of your mat. Hands to the side, Tadasana, mountain pose. We'll take a few cleansing breaths here. Take a couple balance poses here. So we're going to start with balance beam. So we'll go one. I'll go one way. You go the other. So feet begin together. I'm going to step my right foot just in front of. I'm going to step my left foot just in front of my right. I'm going to take the big toe and second toe on my right foot and touch my left heel. So both feet are on a balance beam. Arms come out to the side. You're in a T. Inhale, grow. Exhale, begin to take a twist. That right arm comes behind. The left arm comes forward. Your gaze is over your right shoulder behind you. One day you're lined up just like Amelia here. She can even go a little further if I take her. Foot comes out, right foot comes out in front. The big toe and the second toe of the left foot are cradling the heel of the right foot. Arms come up tall into a T. Inhale, grow. Exhale, begin to take your right arm out in the front, left arm behind, then take your gaze over your left middle finger towards the back. Notice the twisting of the oblique muscles here, the shoulders. Same time, trying to stay balanced for 3, for 2, for 1, and come back to center. Hands come to the side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. So we're going to move into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, and then we're going to take that right into a pyramid pose. So, hands come to heart center to begin. Right foot steps back. Begin to lean forward ever so slightly. That right toes come off of the mat. Using your hips as the fulcrum of the seesaw, begin to lower the upper body and raise the lower body. All in one time. Right hip rolls down, gaze is upward. Trying not to look down. In a perfect world, the hips are nice and squared. They look good. Left leg solid and strong. Inhale begins to bring that knee back into the chest. And then we'll step that right foot forward about 3 feet. We'll grab behind the back. You can grab elbows one another. forearms, wrists, or if you have reverse namaskar, go there. Your feet are on railroad tracks. Inhale, grows tall, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, leading with your chin, make your way to 90 degrees. Now that right leg stays solid, strong, and straight. That's where you're going to feel that hamstring stretch. If you bend your knee, you're going to lose that hamstring stretch. If you straighten that leg, you're going to get that hamstring stretch. Shoulder blades come together. Shoulder opener, inhale. Exhale, if you have another inch, feel free to go there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings you back to center. Right foot steps back to meet the left. Hands to the side, Tadasana mountain pose as we set up for the opposite side. Left foot steps forward. Hands come to heart center. We'll make our way onto our, no, wrong side. Right foot steps forward.
I didn't even
Sorry.
catch that.
Right foot steps forward. Hands come to heart center. Come onto the left toes. And then again, using your hips as the fulcrum of the seesaw. Upper body down. Lower body comes up. Trying to keep that left hip rolled down. Right leg solid and strong. Trying to take the bend out. Contracting your quadriceps on your right side. For 3. For 2. For 1. Left knee comes into the chest. Step the left knee forward 3 feet.
Ooh.
Inhale, arms come behind the back. You're grabbing your elbows, your wrists, your forearms. Try to grab the opposite direction into a weird grip. It feels weird. That's why I call it weird grip. Inhale, grow tall. Shoulder blades roll together. Exhale, take your forward fold. And hold. Pyramid pose on the left. Nice straight left leg. Really feel that stretch in that left hamstring. Pressing down into the right heel as well. So trying to get a nice balance. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, final fold. Inhale, brings yourself up tall. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana mountain pose. Let's make our way onto our knees.
This way or this way?
You face that way,
You got it.
and I'll face this way. So we're going to do 2 final back bends. We're going to do, 1 final back bend and then a final forward fold. We'll do camel and then into rabbit. So camel can have lots and lots of different ways to go and do. So we'll both do this way. Come up on your knees. So your knees are hip width apart. Your toes can be rolled under or your feet can be flat. Yogi's choice. We're going to start by bringing our hands to our hips so that your fingers are in your back pockets of your pants. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to press on your hands, pressing your hips forward and drop back. Hold here. Don't go any further. Now I want you to see it's a nice flat board. It's as though her front of her body was against the wall. So press the hips forward. If you are comfortable here, you can begin to take this back a little further, maybe grabbing the heels. Maybe if the toes are rolled under, the heels are closer. It's up to you. And again, pressing the hips forward. It's not as important how far you go back. Pressing the hips forward. This is a big hip opener and a back bend for 3. Breathe. For 2. For 1, and then slowly bring the right hand to the hip, left hand to the hip. Make your way up tall. We're going to move from here right in the rabbit pose. So knees come together. We're going to grab the outside of the heels. One hand on the right, one hand on the left. Inhale, grow tall. Chin comes to the chest. Suck the belly button into the spine. And on your exhale, begin to make your way down. Top of the head towards the floor, forehead towards the knees. I cannot get my forehead on my knees. Amelia can. If your forehead and your knees are about 6 miles apart, try to walk your knees in. Then lift the hips up tall. This is a throat choke. You're not going to be able to have that deep breath here. You're probably not going to be able to have ujjayi breath. You're probably not going to have a cleansing breath. Shorten your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings you back up. Find your way onto your seat. Legs can come out long. Dandasana, staff pose. So we went in camel. We went from full expression of a back bend, lumbar and spinal extension, into rabbit, which is full extension of a forward bend, full flexion of the spine, extension of the spine into flexion. Arms out long.
Wait, Dandasana?
Yeah, that was fine. You're good. Arms out long. Count of 3, we're going to make our way to our backs. For 3, for 2, for 1. Find your way onto your back. Remember before where I said we had plenty of yoga? Well, now we're running out of yoga. Let's move into a happy baby. Legs come up tall. Soles of the feet towards the ceiling, rocking side to side, giving one final massage to the spine. And then we'll hold here. We'll bring the knees together. Arms come to a T onto the floor. We'll take a final spinal twist here. So we'll take our knees to the right and our gaze goes to the left. And then as we inhale, our knees come back to the center. Exhale, knees go left, gaze goes right. Beginning to slow the breath down, slowing the blood pressure, dropping the blood pressure. Parasympathetic nervous system kicking back in, calmness, equanimity, mindfulness, consciousness. Final breath here. Inhale, knees come back to center. If there is anything that you would like to do to seal your own personal practice, feel free to go there. Otherwise, you can begin to make your way into our final asana of today's practice, final shavasana, corpse pose. This is when all the magic gets to happen. Circulatory flow, increasing oxygen flow, lymphatic flow enhanced, nervous system activated, mind alert. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your ankles. Relax your shins, relax your calves. Relax your thighs, relax your hamstrings. Relax your hips, relax your belly. Relax your chest. Relax your fingers, relax your hands, relax your arms and shoulders. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Relax your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your crown. Relax your mind. Begin to allow consciousness and awareness to return to your bodies. If you'd like to wiggle your toes, fingers, shake your head, yes and no, feel free to go there. And if you'd like to extend your arms above your head, clasping your fingers together, taking a final stretch. And then rolling onto your right side in fetal position. And then making your way to a seated position, easy seated posture, half lotus or full lotus, whatever is in your practice. Hands to heart center, eyes closed. You can rise up from anything. You can completely recreate yourself. Nothing is permanent. You are not stuck. You have choices. You can think new thoughts. You can learn something new. You can create new habits. All that matters is that you decide today and never look back. If you would like to join us in a practice sealing Om, feel free to do so. Should you choose not to, that is perfectly okay. We'll take one deep cleansing breath and then a second inhale and exhale to Om. Inhale. Inhale. As we take our thumb knuckles between our eyebrows to our third eye and take a slight bow towards one another, the light in us honors the light in each of you. We thank you for allowing us to be your guide and teacher in our practice together today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.